of the UT football team suspended. Jeff?
All this week, ID4 presents a special gift of thanks to you, a gift just right for the beginning of a new year. This week, we present a series of upbeat stories to help generate positive thoughts for the year ahead. Tonight, Al Tompkins and photojournalist Pat Slattery bring us the words of some very wise people in our series, The Will to Win.
Hiya, Froggy.
Yeah, thank you. I could use some positive thoughts, maybe help the old body recover or something. I don't know.
Listen, we, some time back, contacted a guy named Charles Whitnel at Resource Group of America to ask his help on tonight's story. And boy, did he deliver. Wait till you see who he got for us. And it really is worth watching. I know a lot of you have heard about such things, these motivational seminars where fiery speakers get salesmen all pumped up to go out and attack the world. But the really good motivators do more than that. They give us words to live by, words that are strong enough to radically change lives. What they're really talking about is developing the will to win.
After the next 9 hours, a lucky few of the 2,000 people filing into the convention center ballroom will never be the same. From 9 in the morning until 6 at night, they will immerse themselves in positive thought, hoping that it will rub off and last a while. Who would pay $150 to sit and listen?
The Berry Company, South Central Belt's Real Yellow Pages.
Okay, the business is Sprint, a long-distance company.
I work with McDonald's Restaurant. I work for Saturn Corporation.
Check, 1, 2, testing the level, 1, 2, 1, 2, test, 1, 2. Thank you.
Positive thinking actually begins at the front gate. Attendees are positive this will do them some good.
You kind of need to gas up occasionally.
How many of you would like to have a good day every day? Would you raise your hand, please?
I'm sure I'll be different tonight when I walk out of here.
How many of you think it's possible to have a good day all day, every day? Would you raise your hand?
Americans have such a hunger to break out of negative thinking that a Nashville-based company, Resource Group of America, works full-time setting up events like this one. Its founder, Charles Whitnel, admits to being a sort of positive thinking seminar junkie.
It's a full-time job to stay positive, Al. There's no question about it. I mean, half the people out there in TV land are probably having a bad day today, and they don't know why. It's just that they've chosen to have a bad day. In fact, Ed Foreman, one of our speakers, said, you choose what kind of day you're going to have in the morning. And I believe it.
You wouldn't think of going over here to the corner and eating out of one of those garbage cans. See, that's repulsive to you. But do you know that many of us feed our minds out of the garbage cans of life by what we read, what we listen to, what we think about? If you want to know what you've been thinking, how do you find out? You go look in the mirror. And if you don't like what you see, how do you change it? You change your thoughts. And when you change your thoughts, you begin to change the result that you are getting, ladies and gentlemen.
Ed Foreman, a Dallas oil man, claims to have been a millionaire by age 26. He was elected to Congress by age 28. Now he says he's gone straight. With a twang in his voice and a spring in his step, he's something of an evangelist for positive thinking. And once in a while, the crowd even shouts an amen.
Furthermore, ladies and gentlemen, our studies show that uptight, frustrated, bitching parents raise uptight, frustrated, bitching children. If you want your children to be better adjusted, to do better in school, what do? You set a positive performance example for them. I learn from every person I meet. I learn from every situation I experience. And people say to me, oh, come on now, Ed, you mean to tell me you learn from losers? Well, of course I do. I find out what they do, and I don't do it. I find out what they read, and I don't read it. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. I find that we change when the pain to change is less than the pain to remain as we are. When it gets so tough, and what we're doing, what we're having to put up with, the way we're having to live, the relationships we have, and we say, by golly, anything would be better than this, then sometimes we're forced to change. Yes, we change when the pain to change is less than the pain to remain as we are.
And I hope that I can be a positive influence in somebody's life. I hope that I can maybe make a difference in what I say or cause somebody to think.
One of the most requested motivational speakers in the country is not a fiery orator or a hotshot salesman. He's Lou Holtz, the plain-spoken football coach at the University of Notre Dame.
He said, the longer I live, the more I realize the impact attitude has on my life. He said to me, attitude is more important than fact. It's more important in the past than education, than money, than success, than failure. It's more important in circumstances, more important in appearance, talent, or ability. The right attitude will make or break a company, an individual, a family, or a team. The amazing thing is we choose what kind of attitude we're going to have.
I think the biggest problem with people today is we complicate life. Life isn't that complicated. The simpler we can keep it, the better we can control it, and the better we can understand it.
The one thing you can do is play the one trump card we have, and that is our attitude. Life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it.
Okay, like what am I going to do for a living? First of all, what do you like to do? Number two, what do you do well? Number three, who will pay you to do that? If you do that, you get a pretty good idea what direction your life ought to go to. We have a tendency to take tests and think of this and think of all the ramifications. Life isn't going to work out the way you always want it to. But if you can keep it simple.
And if I could do one thing, if I could wave a magic wand, if I could bless you, if I could give you a pill, I think the most important thing in this world is to get a group of people that believe in themselves.
Many came seeking a new slant on life as a new year approaches. Hour after hour, they heard that reaching life goals begins with setting life goals. Holtz says in 1966, when he was out of a job, he sat down and wrote such a list.
I got a pencil and paper. I'm unemployed. I got a lot of time. I'm writing it down. I want to go to the White House for dinner, appear on the Tonight Show, jump out of an airplane, land on an aircraft carrier, see the Pope, coach at Notre Dame, win a national championship, be a scratch golfer, make a hole in one. Man, I'm writing those suckers down. I'm so excited, and I had 107 of them. And of course, my wife suggested I get a job onto that, so we made 108. But that was back in 1966. We've kept that list. I think we've done 92. We won't do all of them.
Each year on January 6th, his birthday, Holtz says he reevaluates his list and restates his priorities for a new year. The beginning of a new year is good for that.
I love the poem about the builder. It said, I saw a group of men in my hometown, a group of men tearing a building down. With a heave and a hoe and a mighty yell, they swung a beam and the sidewall fell. And I said to the foreman, are these men skilled, the type you'd hire if you wanted to build? He laughed and said, why, no, indeed. He said, common labor's all I need. If I can tear it down in a day or two, it would have took a builder 10 years to do. And I thought to myself as I walked away, which of these roles am I going to play? Ladies and gentlemen, anybody can tear it down, anybody can find fault, but it takes a rare individual to build something because you have to do it day after day after day.
Between speeches, some bought $20 books. Others took home motivational tapes. But everyone seemed to take home a sense that it is possible to have a good day every day. 7 good days is a good week. String 52 of them together. 1993 can be a good year. If a book or a tape or a motivational speaker can make life worth cheering about, then the admission price is a bargain.
Good afternoon, group. How are ya? All right.
Resource Group of America does these kinds of seminars here in Nashville every fall, so it's the sort of thing, I know people probably saw the